Hey, great Saturday morning. This is what happens when my intern doesn't get here on time. I don't have an intern. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It is a beautiful Saturday morning in the city. It's my overcoat. I'm wearing an overcoat today because it is cold. It's still cold as the dickens. And I shouldn't have thrown it on there. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay. Um, I apologize for not having a show last night. It was uh, family night, and I had to go take. I I wanted to actually, didn't have to. Wanted to go take my dentist and his kids out to main event, and we're actually staying out at the island and actually had a great cup of coffee at the island at the is it Karma Coffee Shop? Karma Coffee Shop. They got some good stuff out there. The only thing that I thought was kind of weird was Karma Coffee Shop usually closes, I think, at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, something like that. But because it's so slow, they're opting to close at 6 o'clock, which is okay. Except that I got there like at 10 minutes till 6. So I'm having my cup of coffee, and order some macarons. And at 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock is the 6 o'clock. They close, and they're out there telling me, "Hey, ya, chale, lárgate." And I'm going like, "What are you talking about? Ya, te puedes ir?" And I'm going like, "I just sat down. I'm having my cup of coffee, but okay." So I literally got rushed off. Rushed out. So I left. But still good coffee. Not as good as Vibe Cafe. Vibe Cafe is still amazing here in Brownsville. That is the coffee shop to go to. Buenos dias, Vito. It was good to have Vito on yesterday. Vito shares this different perspective because he's a little bit in the in group, but I think he knows that the in group don't really like him that much. Well, hardly anyone likes Vito, but it is what it is. They don't like him, and I like him, but he still thinks that he's part of that group. But he's still my buddy. It was like I was telling Sam, and Sam and I were talking about it the other day. You know, he was going like, I said, well, your cousins don't really like you either, and he's going like, really? Since when? I'm going like, since always. It's not like it's a big old secret. Just don't like you, and that's not a bad thing. We're not meant to be liked by everybody. Este, it would be a very very boring world. We're not meant to be liked by everyone. No somos moneditas de oro. Este, That's why it's just very, very difficult. It's not easy in regards to relationships. You just really totally don't know. You know, talking about Vito and being a part of that clique. Vito, I think, seems to think that he's still a part of that clique. He's not. There's a disregard, a disdain, I think, that exists, and I've experienced it throughout my church life. In my church life, is that I've had individuals that are part of our church who, believe it or not, don't like Erasmo Castro. And one of the things that I found about church, in their idea of what church is that church is not far apart or unlike what politics is. There's a song on the Queen's Right album, and it says, "Politicians say no to drugs while we pay for wars in South America. We're fighting fires with empty words while the fat stay fat, the poor stay poor, the rich get rich, the cops get paid to look away as 1% rule America." Um, religion, and it says, "Religion and sex are power plays, manipulate the people for the money they pay, selling skin, selling God. Their numbers are the same on their credit cards." And it's a song, from Operation Mindcrime, but there's a lot of truth to it. There's just a lot of truth to it, and I've experienced it in my church life and in my as the wannabe politician life. As the You're just gonna have those people that don't like you, and it is what it is. The difference is that you expect to get screwed by politicians, and don't necessarily expect to get screwed by church folk. But unfortunately for our congregations and our churches out there, it's the church folk uh, that do the most harm, because most people, and I think Vito knows this, like most people, realize that politics and people pretending that they like you is part of the game. The problem is a lot of the people out there, they don't realize that they're getting played by politicians. O sea, they're not part of the game. They're just pawns, tools, a means, a ways. And that's what's unfortunate, because politicians don't want individuals to wake up, to get woke. They don't want individuals to do research. They don't want individuals to go and find facts. That is why I've said this before. They do the squirrel tactic. Look over here, look over here, look over here. Pero por abajo te están sacando el billete de la bolsa. And that's what's unfortunate. But they don't like us. And for me, it doesn't matter. I don't care if I don't get an orange ticket. I'll make my own orange ticket. I don't care if I don't get invited to this function or that function. I'll get invited to others, or I'll sponsor my own. It's called self-worth. And it's not that uno se cree mejor o mayor que otras personas. Es que uno se ama un poquito más cada día. Do you believe Trisha Campbell's story? No. Of course not. Not announced. And I actually had to Google, when I saw your comment. I actually had to Google who Trisha Campbell was. I don't even know that chick's name. She's a no one. The difference between her and Jesse Smollett, whatever, is that at least I knew who Juicy Smollett was, because I watched Empire, the first episodes. Religion and sex are power plays, manipulate the people for the money they pay, selling skin, selling God. The numbers look the same on the credit cards. Politicians say no to drugs while we pay for wars in South America. Fighting fire with empty words while the banks stay fat, the poor stay poor, the rich get rich, the cops get paid to look away as 1% rules America, spreading the disease everybody needs, but no one wants to see the way society keeps spreading the disease. It's a let me tell you, anyone that is interested, guys, cancel. Anyone that is interested, that is an amazing album, Operation Mindcrime by Queensryche. But you have to listen to the album complete from start to finish. Just take an hour out of your day, get off Netflix and listen to the album and to the words. And it's a play. It's an amazing album, really an amazing album. Watch out for sketchy taxis. Yeah, I don't believe her. I don't believe her at all. Good morning. Good morning. Another middle school basketball game. Have fun. I'm not going to talk about that anymore. I got into a little bit of trouble because I was talking about female basketball players at the middle school level. My niece's family contacted me. It is currently 37 degrees. She's like 30 with a wind factor. It's like 25 degrees. Yeah, it's a cold one. I'm glad that the sun is out, though. I'm glad the sun is out because the sun is going to help. Guys, I went to main event yesterday because I took my dentist and the children. Had a great old time. Easily we dropped. I think we dropped $300 yesterday in McAllen because, well, no, maybe $350 because we had to go. We rushed on over there. We got there about 8 o'clock. We bought the $20 Friday night anything you want to do, and paid $120. And then was we did the bowling, and then I had to buy a card with all those credits to play the video games, and that was another $100. That was already $220. Spent $50 on gas. That's 270. $50 on food. That's $320, guys. $320 that we dropped in McAllen, Texas, because they have the main event. And I'm glad that there's rumors that we're going to get a main event here in Brownsville. I'm glad because instead of dropping that cash up in McAllen, I really want to drop it here. I want Brownsville to prosper, guys. I want Brownsville to have great stuff. And unfortunately for us, guys, that is one source of revenue that continuously goes out to other cities because we have nothing. My dentist is here with his kids, and I don't know where to take them. I mean, my next thing was going to be to take him to Galaxy Bowl. That's it. Where else can I take a 5-year-old little boy and a 17-year-old boy and keep them entertained? Well, I'm talking to my dentist. Where? The mall? Snow Carnival? Where in Brownsville can you take that difference in age and still keep them entertained? Anyone? Nobody nadie me quiere, todos me odian. I still like you. Have you ever been to a Grapevine Cafe in South Padre? The food is amazing there. I'm going to say that I have. I honestly don't remember, but I'll consider going there. I think I have. Good morning. Good morning. What's the ghostly sound? Those are my neighbors. My neighbors, they have some type of business next door. I'm not exactly sure. Well, I have great neighbors. I love my neighbors. I love my neighbors. Very, very hardworking people. And they always take care of my packages. Not my packages, but the packages when they arrive and they can't deliver them here to my office. They take care of them, and I greatly appreciate that. ¿Estás embrujado? I could use an exorcism, I'll tell you that much. and I'm wearing my priestly garments. It's not easy being cheesy. It isn't. I went to Human Bean. I ordered hot tea and threw it away. It was cold and diluted. The pastry was packaged and generic. I didn't like it. I won't go back. Yeah, you know what? A lot of people were making a big old fuss about the Human Bean. I haven't been. I just haven't heard anything great about it. And it's kind of sucky, Lolita, because if you go to a coffee shop and they don't have their homegrown products, their own stuff, if it's coming being packaged, then you're just going to a watered down Starbucks. And that sucks because at the end of the day, folks, again, go out there and support a lot of our local coffee shops out there. I know that there's an Enoch coffee shop at North Park Plaza, the Roast House out there on Alton Glore. So you've got, a little spread in regards to where you could go get some coffee. But again, my favorite right now is Vibe Cafe. It's good stuff. Good morning, Angie and Antonio. I do have a couple of weddings today, and then I'm going to go take care of and I've got a lot of work. Good morning, good morning. Have a great day, my man Cornelio, my brother, my brother. Good morning, good morning. You are right. Yeah, I'm usually right. Vito is a very good writer. I love the advice he gives. Vito is great, man. And I'm going to say this not because he was here or is here. I love Vito, man. I greatly like Vito, and Vito knows me. I'm not a hypocrite. If I tell you I like you, I like you. But Vito has this something about him that he's like the middle guy. He's like that. You know how you have the black and the white. Well, gray. Vito is like the gray area. It's like a veces se pega para allá, a veces se pega para acá. And I don't mean that Vito's corrupt. He's just ugly. Y pelón. But no, I'm trying to say is that again, I think that sometimes Vito thinks that they like him over there. They don't. I like him, but it's like I don't think that he truly believes that I like him. You know? Love you, Vito. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Teresa, good morning. Miss Lamas. Vito, I like you. Miss Miller likes you. ¿Qué más quieres? I love Miss Miller. That was another one. I love that woman, and she knows it. And I love Miss Miller. She is amazing. Good morning, Gabriel. Good morning. I'll take care of your package. Vroom, chicka, wow, wow. Someone needs to. I got a message from a friend. Este, being me is not easy. I got a message from a friend. I made mention of this some time back and said, "Hey, you know, we met." Este, so I said, "Oh, awesome," and I said, "You want? Let's do coffee or a drink or dinner or something." And I'm just not good at that type of stuff. I'm not good at hooking up with people. I'm not good at, just not good at it. I don't know how people go out on dates. I suck at dates. I got invited to a cup of coffee the other day, and I mean, I ecstatic and went, but I am always in this little field where I don't know where conversation should go on a date. Should I talk about politics? Should I talk about worship? Should I talk about weddings and stuff? I mean, this is the stuff that I know. I don't know dating and I don't know relationships. That's why I suck at them. And I the first one to admit it. I'm horrible. And I think I made mention of this some time back because a lot of people talk about they're like being so good like uh, in sexual relationships and stuff. I am definitely not. I am horrible, horrible. And I think, and just in relationships altogether, but in that part, I'm horrible, horrible. and I'm just not good at it. And I'm not good at the dating scene. I'm not. And I'm not ashamed to say it. That's why I don't date. I don't date because, I'll probably make someone's evening very, very boring unless they're into the same things that I'm into. So I find it very, very hard to compromise in those respects. That's one of the things I like about going out with my dentist and his family is that we have stuff to talk about because we've had history together. Este, we've been going to church together for decades already, and it's good to. And I honestly hadn't seen Abraham in decades, decades, and just had never seen him. Hadn't seen him in that time. But then we come to reconnect and just have a great, great friendship. And it's a friendship, guys. I know we joke around about it a lot, like, oh, está saliendo con el dentist. It's a friendship. And I love Avram. I love Avram like I love a few people here in the world. Why? Not sure. He was always nice to me in a time when I was at my worst, when I was very, very poor. And there's a couple of people I'm sure that a lot of people have seen me take regular pictures with, like Jose Luis in Monterrey. Jose Luis in Monterrey. I love that guy, man. I love that guy, and I love Jose Luis. It's one of the same reasons I love Abraham is because when I was in Monterrey, guys, I was like living in the slums. I was dirt poor, man. I was at that point where I was going like, yeah, I'm ready to go back home. It's like the prodigal son story. I sort of lived it in Monterrey, and I said, oh, en la casa de mi padre, abundancia hay de pan. I was literally in the slums. I lived in some of the worst places that I had ever lived in, slept in, and it was just horrible. And during the time that I was very, 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 very poor, almost living on the streets, Jose Luis would take care of me. And Jose Luis, I remember his mom me mandaba despensas. Do you know what despensas are? Jose Luis's mom would send me little baskets of like oranges and food products. And I will always be grateful to Jose Luis. Same thing with Abraham. I mean, at a time when no one would give me the time of day, no one cared about me. Abraham was there. We had a friendship. And I remember that. And I can appreciate that. And Abraham is going to be my friend forever. So is Jose Luis. And that doesn't much matter. Doesn't much matter that we don't talk every day. Doesn't much matter that we don't see each other. But once, well, now I travel a lot to Monterrey. But that's what true friendship is all about. And that's one of the things that I think that a lot of people think that they have with a lot of the politicians out here, but they're misreading the signals. I think that's one of the things that Vito sometimes goes through. And I'm not want to talk about Vito, but I think Vito sometimes think that he's still part of that cliquey orange ticket group. He's not, and we're not, and that's what makes us cool, guys. That we're not the rich kids. We're not the first to be selected kids, but we have an opportunity to change this all around and to make it to whereas we're the one that's picking the kids on the teams. Good morning, a cat. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. I think I already did these. Good morning, a Gabriel, my man, a Gabriel. I'll take care of your practice. I already got those. Can you tell me about the name Lali? I forgot what you said. Yes. My family and close friends, Abraham, Jose Luis, a lot of my close people, they call me Lali. And it is a nickname that I grew up with. Actually, my family members and my old church family, they still call me Lali. And it it's kind of a weird thing, but when Papa was young, they called him Lalo. I mean, I know that Lalo is for Eduardo, but because his name was Erasmo, they call him Lalo. Lalo, Lalo. My cousins and all my family, they still call Papa Lalo. Lalo, just the name that they gave him. So he grew up, had children, and had me. So when I was born, they said, "Ah, nació Lalito." So Lalo y Lalito. So to shorten everything up, they said, "Hey, Lali," because I guess they thought that Lali was more este, age appropriate for someone that's 12, 13, 14 than Lalito. Good morning. Good morning. Talk about being the goat. You know, let me talk about being the goat. That's I don't I don't know how to say it without sounding arrogant as crap, but it's not easy being the goat. And I am the goat. I am the greatest of all times in regards to social activism here in the city of Brownsville. And I say that with all humility. I am the greatest because in a time, guys, in a time where we're so advanced in regards to social media and everything else, you know, este, we have an opportunity to have information at our doorstep. We have the opportunity to have information on the fly. This is not the comment that I had. Let me go back to the whistle, and I'll toot my own horn for a while. But we all have the opportunity to grasp at any. And I'll give you one example. This morning, uh, Maggie, I saw an article pop up on my newsfeed in regards to the mummy of cow. Have you ever heard of the mummy of cow?
No.
It's amazing. And let me tell you, and I got into it and I started reading about it. It's actually a CAO. It's actually a new find. And by new find, I say it probably happened within the past decade, maybe 2 decades. I'm not sure. But I was reading she's the tattooed mummy, the tattooed mummy. And it comes from an area called La Bruja, where there was supposedly a lot of magicians and witchcraft and all this other stuff in Peru. She was actually considered one of these high priestess, or maybe even a ruler of the Moche people up there in Peru. And let me tell you, man, I was really, really into it
Where did you
because,
find that?
huh?
Where did you find that?
Google search.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. Yeah, I just found it, but how did it come up?
oh, there was an article in my church page.
Okay.
Someone was trying to use that to say why tattoos are bad, because tattoos are associated with devil worshiping,
Oh,
and
I didn't know.
well, it isn't. I mean, it's a stretch.
Okay.
The guys in on one of those church pages was like going like far off base. I don't agree with that kind. I have nothing against tattoos. I don't care. So I think a lot of the stuff that we have now has evolved from something other, you know. But you can't compare tattoos today to the tattoos of back in the demonic, crazy people stuff. But what I'm trying to say is, I got into this little group, and I mean, I gave you the information right now in regards to Moche. It's in Peru.
Hmm.
La momia, the tattoos are spiders and snakes. I mean, and all this, guys, I got with 15 minutes of 20 minutes of reading time this morning. I mean, it just popped up this morning, and I delve into it because Maggie might not believe this. I love to read. I
No,
love to read.
I can tell you love to read by your vocabulary and your
I love it.
background knowledge of stuff.
I love it. And and Maggie said the word, the personal knowledge of stuff. And
Mhm.
this is what reading does to you. And this is why I advocate for reading. Reading does this. And I think this is one of the reasons why Maggie and I get along so well. Because let me tell you, knowledge is power. And it may
Mhm.
sound cliche, it may sound Saturday morning ish type of thing,
Mhm.
but reading is power, knowledge is power. And let me tell you, that is one of the things that I think reasons why I am the GOAT, because I read, and I get information and I investigate and I find, and people trust me to get the information and get it out. And again, I say this with as much humility as possible, which I have very little of, which I, can accept. I I think that a lot of people in other cities, they wish they had an Erasmo Castro. They wish they had an Erasmo Castro page. They wish they had a venue in order to vent a lot of the frustrations that they
Mhm.
feel, that they can't express any other way. So that is why I think that I am the goat in regards to that aspect. Like in regards to other, and I was talking about it right now. In regards to relationships, I'm horrible. I am horrible. That's why this social media works really well for me because I can be social with people at a distance, you know, and then meet up together for 20, 30, 45 minutes, go eat an hour, and then we'll never see each other again till 3, 4 weeks later. I mean, what's the Maggie? I mean, we spent months without seeing each other,
Yeah.
and we have the perfect relationship.
Yeah.
The perfect relationship, and
Well,
I'm
you think so because you pick on me and I take it.
yeah, and I like that. I like people that can take it because I take it. I take crap and a half from people, and I take it. I let most things slide. But what I was referring to, Maggie, was my dentist. I love my dentist. I've had a relationship with my dentist for decades now, decades.
Yeah.
But it's not like we're seeing each other every day. You know, I mean, I literally spent like 15 years without seeing him. In that time, more than 15 years, 17 years, because he has a 17-year-old kid. So maybe 20 years. But when we see each other again, it's like, hey, it feels like yesterday. And that's what's amazing in regards
Yeah.
to friendships and relationships.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a friend I see once a year only. I can't, I just woke up. Sorry. Hey, so last night I thought it was so funny. I took a nap because I figured out, okay, that's the best way to come on the show at 9 o'clock. Come home and take a nap. Got up at 7:45 and thought, okay, I gotta get ready for the show for Erasmo. So I sat here at my laptop, started getting ready, called my mom, and she's like, ¿Qué estás haciendo? And I told her, I'm getting ready for the Erasmo. She goes, for the Erasmo show. And she tells me, no, Erasmo no va a salir ahora porque está en la playa. And I'm thinking, how does my 85-year-old mother, who claims to have a hard time understanding social media, know that Erasmo's at the beach? So then that's when I texted Erasmo, I was like, is there a show tonight or no? So that I'm telling a friend of mine this story. Now, this is like a side view because you mentioned this earlier. So I'm telling a friend of mine who knows my mom this story. And I told her he's at Erasmus at the beach, and she goes, "Oh yeah, with his dentist." And I said, "Yes." My friend says, "Are they gay?" And I'm like, "Who cares?" And she says, "I don't know. They like seem to be gay." And I'm like, "I don't know, maybe, but like, what's the obsession with are you gay or not? Do we just want to know and then that's it? But I guess you're not, so who cares? Either
Well,
way."
it's kind of a weird deal because let me say, and again, I don't mind people reading into things more than maybe, but it's the dark side of being the goat. It's the dark side of being it
Yeah.
because it's then even the private things in an
Mhm.
individual's life. They want to know, and a lot of individuals make up their own mind already. So
Mhm.
at the end of the day, why does it much matter?
And this is what I was thinking this morning. Let me just say it real quick.
Yeah, go.
And then you guys, I think if you guys were always posting pictures of yourselves drinking beer, watching a football game, nobody would question it. But you guys post yourselves on like taking trips and stuff. So I'm thinking, can men not be that kind of friends? Do they have to be doing manly things so that everybody's like, oh, okay, that's the friendship?
Well,
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I actually took a friend of mine to Tabasco this past weekend. I called him my doctor, and I did that. He's not really a doctor. I just said that because I thought it was kind of funny, and I tend to do a lot of those little jabby things just because I think they're funny.
Yeah.
But I took him, and I was going like, and I was looking at my nails. And I'm going like, I think I'm going to go get a manicure and pedicure, and I'm going to take this guy who's probably never had a manicure pedicure, probably
Yeah.
going to go take him get a mani and pedi, you know. and I agree. There's a lot of things where, oh no, this is what is associates an individual as a man or in this type of
Mhm.
relationship, and this is what does the other. But no, and I'll say this very very openly. I joke about anything and everything that everyone says because I joke around a lot.
Mhm.
Maggie was mentioning I make poke fun of her, and I poke fun at everyone. It's just fun, and I'll poke fun at myself. My dentist and I are not in a gay relationship. Never have been, and never will be. I
And
mean,
not that it matters, though. I mean,
and yeah, and again, and not that, and if we were, trust me, I'd probably be the first one out here saying, guys, he put a ring on the finger, and that ring is, and no, before anyone goes out there, Erasmo said that he got a ring from his dentist, did not, but I'd be the first one to say, guys, it's not. I'm horrible at relationships. Any type of relationships. I am horrible at relationships. I can admit that, and I know that about me. But for me, being in a relationship isn't important. I like my alone time. I like
yeah.
my alone life. Like yesterday, I think it surprised my dentist even because we got to the hotel, to the condominium, I guess. We got there, and I'm there, and we're in the room, and he's going like, "Well, because again, I don't understand this kid stuff. Not my, not my forte, you know." But he goes, los niños quieren tomarse una siesta, un nap. I'm going like, what? You think, and what this is one of my things I've always said. You think I came to a hotel to take a nap? I said, hotels to sleep. Go out. I said, okay, voy al café.
That's
Cancel.
why I was wondering, how did you end up at Karma Cafe by yourself? Which, by the way, Vibe Cafe
Cancel.
has, huh?
No, my TV. Sorry.
Oh, Vibe Cafe has this chocolate strawberry coffee I've been craving, and I bought a pistachio coffee from them from my mom. Loved it.
Amazing.
Human being, I did meet the owner, and he's a really nice guy. I like him. It seems like he likes to do stuff for the community too. So for that reason, I'll go. My daughter loves their tea. I don't know which one Lolita got, but my daughter loves their passion fruit tea or pomegranate tea. I don't know, one of those.
Well, I think we're human being, and again, a lot of times these people they have to. Uh, so Lucy just put, and that's when you're getting married. No, you put a ring on it. No, but uh, and I know she's joking, but I know somebody's going to bring it up later on. No, but I think that part of the problem with stores like franchises, like Human Being, they have to follow this certain mold,
Oh yeah.
and they have to do like this type of pastry and this type of thing. And I think that is hurts a business in a place like Brownsville, because
Okay, yeah.
in a place like Brownsville, Maggie, I agree with Lolita. I don't want to go to Starbucks, and sometimes I do because I like to eat something with my coffee. And if I'm going to be at Starbucks and I'm going to get a white chocolate mocha, you know, I'm going to going to get something crunchy to munch on,
Yeah.
but I don't have to like it. You know, I would rather go to a Vibe Cafe where they make their own pastries,
Mm-hmm.
and this place at the island,
Karma?
Karma, it appears that they make their own pastries. So that kind of place it really appeals to me instead of a place that goes out and buys their crap.
Plus,
Uh,
it's a bookstore, right?
yeah, it's a bookstore,
Mm-hmm.
which is something that we don't have here. But
Mm-hmm.
so that's why I appreciate it. But going back into it, when my dentist said like, "Ay, vamos a descansar," you're like, te watcho. I'm out. I'm going
You
to,
don't understand that when you have kids, it's what the kids want and need first before what you want and need.
yeah, it's all
Yeah.
about me. It's all about me.
Yes, I understand. Yeah, you have to give it up. It's hard.
Yeah, and I can't do that.
Yeah.
I cannot do that. It's like, look, my schedule is already planning out. I'm going to Cancun in April. I've already got my flight paid for. I'm going to Cancun in April. I couldn't do that if I had kids. I
Yeah,
couldn't do that if I was in a relationship because then I'd have to go like, "Cómo la ves? Vamos o no?" And I
yeah,
don't
yeah, yeah.
like, not my thing.
Yeah.
But that is why I'm the goat. Good morning, a son of Bonnie. Bonnie is so beautiful, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful, and those
With
cejas are
pretty eyes.
beautiful. Beautiful girl. Good morning, a cute little redhead, a girl. Good. Lolly, 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 get your adverbs here. Schoolhouse Rock.
Yeah.
But that is where the name Lali comes from. Genaro Martin, my cuñado. I love my cuñado, my sister. And these are other folks. We don't see each other, and we get into this. We don't see each other every day. My sister lives 5 blocks from my house. 5 blocks. I can't even remember the last time I saw my sister. 5 blocks, and I love her. I love her to death. Este, what very little I wouldn't do for my sister. Don't have to see each other to know that I love them. Plus, her daughter Galilea, she's a handful. She's a
Don't.
character.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, don't start talking about people's kids.
She knows. She's a spoiled little girl.
Ah, stop it right now before you get yourself in trouble. Go to the comments.
Love you, Gaby. Love you, Genaro. Buenos días, Erasmo amigo. Y tu acompañante con Maggie. Maggie in the
I thought they
morning.
meant your dentist.
Ah,
I thought they meant your dentist, tu
oh,
compañante.
maybe. He was fast asleep this morning. I mean, he was literally snoring. That's something else I can't stand too much. That's another reason why I probably can't be in a relationship. I like my sleeping space. I like to stretch. I like to throw punches. I do a lot of flip flopping on the bed,
Mm.
and not in the good way either.
What are you
I,
messing with?
my cufflink,
Oh, okay.
my
Hit the
cufflink.
hit the comment button while you're at it.
I'm trying. The Mummy of Cow discovered. Yeah, that's the one. And again, if we're going to discuss anything in regards to Hispanic culture and stuff, Dr. Zamaletta is the guy to go to, man. This guy is on
Is
point.
Dr. Zamaleta running for something or is
Uh,
it his
Re-election.
huh?
He's on the TSC board.
Oh, okay.
TSC board. Let me tell you, TSC board is probably the only individual on there that I think is, we've known Zavaleta for Dr. Zavaleta. Sorry,
Mm.
Dr. Zavaleta, for such a long time. He has a name behind him that I think he would do anything to protect. And
Yeah.
again, that's one of the reasons why I think Dr. Zavaleta would always do the right thing. Always. And I have faith in that. When we were at Sam knows when we were in TSC, he was the only individual while employed at UTB TSC. Actually, he was the only individual on there that we could actually go and have a discussion with. Open door policy. I appreciate that. But the Mummy of Cow, and I mentioned the Mummy of Cow because I read about this morning, Maggie. But let me say, it's in Peru,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know if you remember saying that I want to go back to Peru this year, and now I have a reason to go back to Peru. I want to go visit the Museum of the Mummy of Cow.
You're gonna have to go to Las Brujas, Los Brujos.
Yeah, and I know very little about the moche. I know very
Yeah.
very little about the moche, and that interests me as well.
Yeah.
Had you ever heard of the moche?
No.
Me either.
I'm googling it up. Go to the next
You have really opened my eyes on Brownsville politics, and I'm glad. And I think that's why I am the goat in Brownsville, because a lot of people that I know, and a lot of folks, and for as much crap as I get from a lot of people out there, I have a lot of people, a lot of people that actually, send me private messages and say, Erasmo, I mean, we would have never known, you know, and I think that's important. Knowledge is power. At
Mhm.
least you are informed. At least you are informed, and I appreciate it. Tattoos go against Leviticus 19:28. Yeah, Old Testament. Uh, Old Testament. And again, these are the same uh, chapters and verses that a lot of people want to use in order to condemn anything and everyone out here. You can't eat shellfish, and you can't do this, you can't do that. And a lot of people actually, as they use a lot of the Old Testament verses in order to condemn anything and everything that they want to. And I'm sorry, that's not my gig. But I know what you're talking about, Lolita. I like you because I can throw shade at you and you laugh. Yeah. Because I don't take myself that serious. Richard Cardenas. Richard, Mama and Richard. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What was thing you were going to discuss that was going to piss people off? You said it had to do with the boy toy of Roy de los Santos. Uh, I think I shared it already. I'm still trying to get some more public information. The city is, jacking us back and forth in regards to, well, you said on instead of in type of thing, and we don't have lists and stuff like that, which is kind of infuriating for me because they know exactly what we're looking for. I mean, they know. I know for a fact because I have people inside that say Erasmo, they're overturning tables in here, and I know that they know what, and it's a game that they play, and it's okay. We can play the game all day, all week. I don't care. I need to remember it has to be on that moment. I really, honestly, don't have a script. Believe this or not, never have a script. I was going to talk about something about church yesterday, and I can't remember what it was. And that's what you're getting. He put a ring. He put a ring on it. I thought you were the eternal bachelor. Yes, I will die single, without a doubt,
With your cats.
with my cats. And if they die before me, I'm going to get them stuffed. I'm not. By the way, anyone who isn't receiving your live alert, try this. Unsubscribe and resubscribe to Razzle's page. Check if your YouTube needs to be updated. And lastly, restart your phone. Good job. Thank you, Snoopy. I want to go to dancing. I I'm not a good dancer, but let me tell you, after a couple of drinks, I'm brave enough to go out there on the dance floor. Not that I'm drinking much. There's a lot of sargasso in dancing right now. Sargasso. When are you going to Egypt? I want to go. I think I found a flight in May for Egypt. $528 round trip. $528 round trip. So if anyone is interested in going to Egypt, let me know. But again, we'll go together. We'll spend some time out there together. And I love Maggie's classes. Some time out there together. But I am one of those that, see ya, te guacho. And
Sargasso, was that the right thing? Because that's what I thought. Sargasso is seaweed, isn't it?
seaweed?
Sargasso is seaweed. It's called sargassum also. It's a type of seaweed.
Gargajo?
Maybe sarcasm?
Maybe. I meant Cancun in the first comment. Cancun was sargasso, right? Oh,
Has sargasso right now. That's what it is. There's a lot of seaweed in it. That's what I think she's saying.
oh, awesome. Let me say, yeah, it won't be till April. So I'm hoping that by April everything clears up. But Zamaletta has a re in his election. Should he be reelected?
He's
Uh,
the
let me
he's
say,
the only one that he's saying yes.
yeah, let me say that I personally, if I get to vote for Dr. Zamaletta, I'm going to vote for Dr. Zamaletta, and I will get to vote. I will be voting for Dr. Zamaletta, personally, uh, because he's always had an open door policy with me.
He's
Don't
the
answer.
extension.
The difference is, Alberto, and just real quick, he doesn't fall in the regular election. They're going to be in a special election that's outside the realm of our election. Our elections are for primaries in April, and then the general in November. Their election falls separate. It's the TSC election and the port election, and it's a separate election. Don't answer if you'd rather not. But with all this personal talk about relationship stuff, are you straight, gay, or bi? With all due love and respect, forgive my curiosity. And I'm surprised that little redhead girl would wait till now to ask me this after years. But let me say, guys, I I'm nothing. I am no relationship type of individual. Does that make any sense? I don't like I don't like to be with people as much as people think that I do. I don't. I mean, I've said this before. I'm going to say this again. I'm horrible at sex because I don't do sex much, and
Thank you
that
for sharing.
well, that's it. I mean, she's asking for personal talk.
Yeah, I
I
know.
am I am pésimo at sex. I am horrible, 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 horrible at sex because the few times that I've been in that type of situation, I sucked. You know, you hear about all this stuff where, oh, okay, you romance and foreplay and blah and all this other stuff, and I'm going like, huh? I said, really does take more than 30 seconds. So and look, and the and the other thing is, I would make anyone's life miserable. I
Mm,
would. I would make anyone's life miserable, male, female. My
cat,
my
dog,
my cats love me because I feed them and clean their poop.
and
You know,
cats are different.
and cats are like me, just don't care. You
Yeah.
know, just oh, they're back. And my assistant has learned that I'm that guy. Like, okay, she'll go like, oh, I'm gonna go eat with I go, okay. Do you mind? I go like, no, go, okay. I'm just very like, I don't care. So in regards to relationship stuff, I don't consider myself anything. I don't date. Huh? Someone might be there. I don't go out, and I never plan to. So do I consider myself straight, gay, or bi? No, none of the above. And I don't know if you would consider myself asexual, because I know people that are asexual don't like, you know, but I don't know if people that are asexual have ever had sex. I don't know. Zamaletta endorsed, yes. And let me say that is one of the things that I literally called out Dr. Zamaletta on. I said, Dr. Zamaletta, I completely disagree with you in regards to endorsing and supporting a rat. I called him out publicly and privately. It doesn't mean that he stops being my friend. You know, we don't have to agree on everything out there, guys. Alberto, we don't have to agree on everything. And this was one of the tough ones for me because I literally went, and I mean, I JJ De Leon is a friend of mine, I think, you know, and I see him out there going like, "Oh, we're a part of a great team," and I put a laughing thing on there because I'm sorry, Adela Garza is a rata. And again, anybody that wants proof, there's proof, Maggie. You know, again, Sunshine Solutions, it's there. I didn't make it up. It's not Erasmo talking out of his behind. It's there. Now, would I endorse someone like Adela Garza? Hell no. And I'm going to call her out every single time because she is Sylvia Atkinson Rata. So yes, I called out that Savaleta personally, uh, privately, and publicly, saying I don't know how you could support this woman. Good morning, Frank, Frank. What the heck is that? Talking about
The
talking
ram,
about
the
uh,
devil.
devil's head.
Hmm.
Good morning, hermosa Mercedes, hermosa. La Maggie Anderson y el Erasmo Carlson. Uh, it kind of does fit, the left and the right.
Mm.
I'm not going to repeat the word, but Frank, pórtate bien, Frank. La Paquita is he's with another man.
Is Big Daddy leaving yet? You know what? Go back to it. No, I'm not, because who cares? But who cares? Just because I like short hair, just because I'm a woman, I'm supposed to like long hair. Just because I'm a woman, I'm supposed to wear dresses. And no, I wear pants and I like short hair
I
and I
think you're
don't care to wear makeup. So then that makes me gay. Okay. And actually, when people first met my husband and I, somebody came and said, some of the people think you're gay. I'm like, why? And they're like, because you wear sensible shoes and your husband likes to cook. I'm like, okay, if that's your standard, then okay. But who gives a shit?
I think the problem is people always try to place people in boxes of their preconceived notion of
Categories.
what,
Yeah.
yeah, so what a man is supposed to be, what a woman is supposed to be, and it
Yeah.
gets boring, man. It gets boring, and I understand because in the society that we live in here, like in the Brownsville, Texas, machismo, people,
Hmm.
people are surprised that sometimes they'll walk in and I'm sewing my buttons to my jackets that they fall down. And they go like, "What are you doing?" And I'm going
Yeah.
like, "Sewing a damn button."
Yeah.
You know how to do that? I'm going like, "Well, yeah, I got taught how to do that."
Yeah.
There. And I if there's one thing that anyone needs to know about me is if anyone should know about me is I don't jive to the norms of what society says it's supposed to be.
In
I
Brownsville. I think that's why I like you so much and I get along with you so much, is because I don't fit the mold for Brownsville.
Yeah, I
And
wear what I
I,
want.
yeah,
I dress the way I want. And
yeah,
let me tell you, if I want to wear a pink dress one day, I'm going to wear a pink dress one day. I don't care. I mean, I wear these garments. I mean that Indian garments. I love them.
yeah,
They're amazing. I mean, I literally is to get excited.
yeah,
I went to the Puebla, and I literally found three different new dress garments that are fall down to my knees. I'm just waiting for some good temperature to wear them.
yeah,
Not gonna wear them. I'm not gonna wear them in the cold where I have to cover them up with a overcoat.
yeah,
Sucks. Este. But I don't like to fit into these different types of molds that society places and people place and say this is what someone has to be and this is the way
yeah,
someone has to act. This is the way someone has to talk. I'm me. And there is no one in the city of Brownsville. There's no one in Texas. There's no one probably in the world like Erasmo Castro. And I'm comfortable with that. I think there's a
yeah,
meme that says, este, I people laugh at me because I am different, and I laugh at them because they're the same.
ooh, I like that one.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, my
Yeah.
daughter lately's been telling me, Mom, I think you own enough pairs of Converse and Vans. And I'm like, you can never own enough pairs of
Yeah.
Converse and Vans.
I just got some Doc Martens. Did you see my Doc
I
Martens?
saw them the other day. Yes. Love
Amazing.
them.
Love them.
Yes.
And
Yeah, and I went to I wanted to buy these Doc Martens that had roses embroidered on there,
yeah,
and barbed wire also, but they didn't have my size and they didn't even have it online. They ran out.
no,
I was
yeah,
like,
and
"Ooh."
I hate that because I hate that because what happens is sometimes you'll see something on like the Converse page and the Doc Martin page, and you're like, oh my god, I need to have that. And you go
Yeah.
on there, it says out of stock. I go like, what? How can it be
Mm-hmm.
out of? You're the company. You're Converse, and you're not going to have my pink paisley shoes
Mm-hmm.
in my
Yeah.
size.
Yeah, and it took me a while to decide, okay, I'm going to pay $140 for these shoes, because my favorite thing is, since you like to show your shoes, thrift.
Oh, those are amazing.
$14 thrift.
But part of the problem. I bought my Doc Martens. I mean, I paid $200 for them,
Yeah.
which is different. But there's Doc Martens are so amazing, but Doc Martens are the type of shoes, Maggie, that you wear all your life.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the reasons why we're never going to find them at thrift stores because people don't get rid of their Doc Martens. That's
Yeah. We had a foreign exchange student who came from Germany, and the first thing she found was a pair of Doc Martens at a thrift shop, and they fit her. They were perfect purple,
oh
maroonish kind of color for $20. I'm like, so jealous.
yeah, me too. I'm jealous right now, and I don't even know who that chick is.
Yep.
Would you ever become a backpacker instead of a tourist and go on a real adventure? Yes. Let me say, I used to do this when I was younger, and I'd love to do it, Mateo. But this I would like to do with someone. I wouldn't want to go backpack through Mexico or through Egypt or through Europe by myself. I'd like to go with someone for this because, you know, I'm old. Yesterday it was kind of funny, Maggie, but last night we got in at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I got out of the Jeep, my dentist's Jeep, and I came with his oldest and his youngest because we rushed off because it was cold, and the elevator wasn't working at the condominium, so we were on the second floor, so it didn't much matter. So we got into the went up the staircase, and literally as soon as we got to where the second floor is, I literally fell down in front of my dentist kids and kid, and he's going like, "Are you okay?" And I'm going like, "Yes." I said, "It's more embarrassing than hurtful."
Okay, so now you know you're old. This is what I've heard. You know you're old. You can tell how old you are because if you fall down and people laugh, you're still young. But if you fall down and people rush up to you and ask you, "Are you okay?" That's it. You're old.
Yeah,
Mhm.
100%. Mateo, if you're interested, bro, let me know. Are you going out in the Child Days Parade? Yes, I will be coming out in the Child Days Parade. I just don't know in what. Uh, and I'll say this real quick. I had conversations with the Republican Party, with the people that are going to seek election, and I said, you know what? Let's just come out together. And most of them were like, yeah, yeah, yeah. So somebody was going to pay for the to come
Well,
out for the well, yeah, the Republican Party was going to come out, and everyone was going to come out together. So they said, "That's would you go take care of it before the deadline, which was yesterday?" And I said, "Sure, man." So I went, I paid, and I'm supposed to get paid back. I'm hoping, because I told him, I said, "Guys, if y'all not going to do it, I'm still going to do it because it's it's a no brainer. You get your name out there, but part of the problem with Charo Days is you cannot put running for office.
uh-huh.
You cannot put running for office. So you just have to get your name out there. And some people were like, "Well, you can't put running for office." I said, "You're getting your name out there in front
Yeah.
of hundreds." And look, this is the politician talking in front of thousands of people. Besides that, guys, I mean, it's a picture moment, and you've got to fill in your page with pictures. So why
Yes.
anyone is out there like, well, I don't know. They already said they're going to pay for it.
How
Just
much
say
does it cost to
yes.
be? How much does it cost to put a float in?
For both nights, it's going to be $500.
Shush.
Not cheap.
Dang.
Yeah, it's not cheap. But again, it's a cutesy thing, and I'm doing it because I'm Erasmo Castro, and that's the other thing that I thought, just do it. And again, guys, you ask me, I respond. There's no secrets with me. All these people out there know that there's no secrets with me, so I don't care. So I'm going out there. I'm going like, well, I haven't been paid back. I'm guessing that I will get paid back, but if I don't, it's okay. The other thing is the reason that I think it's kind of a cool thing is because I need and I want Carlos Casco's votes. You know, I want
Mm.
the people that are going to vote for Carlos Cascos to vote for Erasmo Castro. You know, I want the people that are going to vote for Miss Deaton out there. I want her people to vote for me. You know, that's just the truth. And they should want my people to go out and vote for them because I have my people,
Yeah.
but they have to associate that we're out there together. You know, so
Mhm.
what happens is there's no one out here, guys. No one out here. And again, I say this as I am the goat. There's no one in Brownsville more popular than Erasmo Castro. There are more people in Brownsville, Texas that know what Erasmo Castro has for breakfast than what the mayor of the city of Brownsville ran on 3 years ago. That's just a fact. And I'm not saying that arrogantly. So automatically, people are going to see Erasmo Castro next to a Vaughn or a Andrew from Port Isabel, and they associate like, oh,
Yeah.
and they're going to focus on Erasmo Castro, good or bad. They're going to focus on Erasmo Castro. And again, people may know Trex and Carlos Casco. And again, I love Carlos Casco. He's a friend of mine. They may know them in the political sense, but you go ask my people on the street if they know who Carlos Cascos is or who Trex Mendex is. And again, nothing against him. They're not going to know that. Well, against Trex, yes. They're not going to know who they are. My regular people, and maybe Judge Casco's a little bit more, but I guarantee you, everyone is going to know who Erasmo Castro is. I mean, and I don't want to sound arrogant about this. I went to Matamoros, Maggie, to do a wedding in Matamoros, and I got stopped over there by Soriana, Sendero, no, Soriana over there that goes to La Carretera Victoria, uh, and they were raising funds for the boy that got hurt when the 7-Eleven blew up in Matamoros.
Uh-huh.
You heard about that?
I heard about it.
They were raising funds, and I said, "Oh man," I said, I donated already to the and they were like, "Ah," and the girl goes, "Oiga, me puedo tomar una foto con usted en Matamoros,
Mm-hmm.
en Matamoros?" And I said, "Yeah, of course." So we took a selfie together. What I'm trying to say is, it's not only Brownsville; it's growing into Matamoros, and that, as crazy as this may sound, has always been my goal. My goal is not only to be the king of all local social media here in Brownsville, also Matamoros, and I'm kind of worked at it, and I'm very very proud that it's getting there slowly but surely. You know,
Yep.
again, no shame in my game, guys. It is what it is. So I am going to come out in Charo Days. I haven't decided if again, don't know if they're going to put up a float or if they're just. It's not again. I don't like the constant communication. I want constant communication. So I don't like half little messages, a little bit of messages, and then you don't communicate with. I don't like it. So I don't know. But one thing's for sure, I am coming out. I don't know if I'm coming out on their float or if I'm coming out on the tuk tuk or I'm coming out on my scooter. But I am coming out. Makes total sense to me. I'm not into relationships either. Yeah. And it's not a bad thing. And this is something that I heard from someone. They said, "Es que people expect you to get married and have kids." That is some other day.
Mm-hmm.
It's not these days.
It's
You know?
it's that those social expectations, the little boxes that we're expected to fit into.
Yeah, I'm sorry. And people ask me, I said, "That's what would I mean? Do you regret not having kids?" And we're like, "No, no."
Mm-mm.
I mean, I see kids right now. I'm going like, "Lord Jesus, thank you, God." Some people would like it of you, like it of you mistreat them. So when you say you would make a bad boyfriend and husband, well, that's implying that I would decide to go with someone of the male gender. I would make anyone, male or females. Like, you see, this is automatically people think, well, an asshole wants to be with a boyfriend or a husband. I do not.
Oh, I don't think I don't read it like that. I mean, if you're with a
Oh,
woman, you're still a
my
boyfriend.
bad. My bad. I got it. I got it.
She's
I read
just
it wrong.
saying
I would
someone
make
who
a bad
likes an
domestic.
abusive relationship would want to have you in the relationship.
It's true, and I read it wrong. My bad, Stubby. I forgive you.
It's you, Snoopy. It's not him.
It's always funny. Speaking of like I said, whatever happened with Sunshine Solutions, only Sylvia gets to pay for that. Nadela. Pásele. I think somebody's here. But the way the FBI works, it could take years. And that's what's very frustrating. Zamaletta supported Rene Oliveira, and Rene was one of those that tried to sell out TSC to UT. That bothers me. Yeah, 100%. Again, don't have to agree on all the stuff out there. Hair looks good. I love to cook too.
My husband.
Yeah, I like to cook too. Big Daddy needs to.
Oh, come on, Lupita. I mean, Lolita. We always need ratas con dos patas.
Would you ever get out of Brownsville for a month or longer? Yes.
Hmm.
If you
Yeah,
want
he
to go,
would.
if you want to go backpacking, bro, let me know. We'll backpack through Mexico. There's a train out of Chihuahua, El Chepe. I want to take that train and stop at every stop and spend a week or a couple of days, at every stop. Let me know if you're interested, bro. I'm not even joking. I'm game. And we'll do it this summer. And, we'll have the show when we can have the show. If there is internet, because a lot of the places, and again, a lot of places that you go to, even here in this, like last night, I was at the main event and it's fun and everything. Internet was horrible, horrible. I mean, I had a hard time even getting on my Facebook pages. So I said it's not going to work because I thought, well, let me go to a little corner and do the show. It wasn't going to work. It
I
was
can't believe you dropped $350 in one night at. Like
yeah,
to me, that hurts. But I could go to Hobby Lobby, Michaels, and a thrift shop and drop 350 and say I got bang for my buck.
yeah. But it was four kids,
Yeah, no, I know, I
my
know it's
dentist, and
expensive. Yes,
myself. So let's say out of in six of us, we really $50 a pop
yeah.
for a
That's
night
still
of
too
entertainment.
much.
It is a lot, but
And
a night.
it's all what you do. That's the beauty of
Yeah.
the world. Everybody does their own thing.
A night of
I
entertainment.
Yeah,
Literally, we were there for four hours, Maggie, at the main event. We
yeah.
left at midnight. We were there for 4 hours, and then we went to eat at Taco Palenque. And let me tell you guys, Taco Palenque is pretty damn good. I
Their panchitos. Oh, now I'm gonna be hungry for those. Their
Yeah,
panchitos are good.
super good. I see why a lot of people hit Taco Palenque after drinking. Amazing,
Mm,
great, great stuff. They had onions on their bar and stuff, and those onions were cold, but they were grilled so perfectly, so good.
mm.
It's amazing. But anyway, so let's say 5 hours, Maggie. So I think it was okay because the kids had a blast. Andre, my little one, is there. I love him, man. He's the cutie, a cutie kid. Andre goes, and I better not tear up. He goes, ya no me quiero ir de aquí.
Mm.
Pobrecito. This is what we were eating. O sea, because he had such a great time,
Yeah,
He had such a great time. He goes, "Ya, Papa, yo no me quiero ir de aquí."
yeah. That's what I remember when Angelica was 4, 5, 6, and the carnival would come in town for Char Days. I'm like, kiss $150 goodbye
Yeah.
because there's no way around it.
Yeah, that's one kid. Imagine four.
Yeah, yeah, no kidding. And I would always also pay for someone, one of her friends, and her parents, and I'd tell the parents, I'll pay for your child because then I don't have to ride the rides.
Yeah.
Then I can just stand there and put both kids up on that little bitty roller coaster and I don't have to get up on it.
Yeah, I had to spend like an hour with Andre, well, maybe less, like 45 minutes with Andre because my dentist and his three older kids, they got to do laser tag
Oh, yeah,
because of the
that's fun.
height requirements. So they went to do laser tag. I got stuck with the small one, but it
Love
was so funny because I love Andre. He's one of my I love him. But
But you can't help yourself when you're talking about kids.
we were
Same
doing
thing
that.
up.
We're doing the skeet shooting thing where you throw it and you roll it and it falls on 50, 40,
Yeah,
and 100.
I saw the
And,
video.
oh yeah, I put it and he the machine was a little bit on the broken side. O sea, it would keep on throwing out the balls. So we were on there playing for a long time and we didn't have to any extra credits in it. So I thought that was kind of cool. Maggie, your short hair is amazing. Love it.
Thank you.
And I love your long hair, Mercedes. You're beautiful.
Yeah, pretty.
I went through that, Maggie. My hair wouldn't grow out, so it was short. I was considered gray because of that only. Gray
I'm
or gay?
getting gay.
Well, let me tell you, that picture of Hungry Hippo looks pretty gay. just, just joking. You also wear muumuus and Chinese attire and a skirt. Yes. I think it's cool you don't care. Sara, saca las botas.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I don't care. And I would wear a kilt. I'm actually considering wearing a kilt to Charo Days.
Yeah, you do so much that I can connect to and relate to. Like the other day, you posted that you bought the Willy Wonka hat. Why? Because you didn't already have one. I will buy stuff because you never know when you're gonna need it.
It's right up there. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
And my husband will say, like, why do we need a tote full of hats? And they're all sorts of random hats, like flamingo head. I used it when we were standing out there for, holding signs for you.
Yeah,
Hawaiian type, Mexican with the little strings that come down. And
amazing.
my husband's like, why? And I'm like, because you never know.
You
You,
never know.
you might need it.
You might need it, but I love it, and I'd wear it. Everything.
Yeah.
I have short. I have short hair. Oh my god! All the comments from ignorant people get a life. Yeah, Lolita does have short hair. She looks amazing though. She rocks that short hair. I'll tell you right now. My next pair of shoes are Doc Martens. Waiting for Journeys to get them.
That's where I went. Journeys. I couldn't remember where it was.
Yeah, Journeys will order them for you. Hungry Hippo. Let me tell you, I'm not even joking. I have the platforms. I'm wearing them now.
Nice. I'm jealous.
These things, let me tell you, amazing. And what happens with Doc Martens is when you first get them, they're kind of rough and everything. It's
Hmm.
until you wear them in and they start molding to your feet. Amazing.
Now I keep having women tell me they buy the man Doc Martens. That those are the better ones, or
Um,
the more comfortable ones, or I don't know. They fit better. I don't know.
well, yeah, women wear high heels. I don't know how the hell women do that. That's something I would never wear.
Yeah, not I.
Not interested. But I don't know how they do that. So yeah, men's shoes are mostly comfortable because men are puss. Well, it's true. Men are like, "Oh, in my pain, it's just horrible," and women go like, "Have a child, piece of crap."
Hmm.
But Hungry Hippo, get the platforms. Trust me, they do amazing stuff for your ego. It's because we're Generation X. We don't fit in, but we love it. Finger Hut has them Doc Martens.
And you can
No,
pay $12.99 for a month
no,
for
they don't.
a year and a half.
They do not. When I was younger, I had an aunt who said Asians had short hair. So ignorant stuff like that is taught by family. Yeah, 100%.
Hmm.
And they stereotype someone like short hair. She must be got to be lesbo.
Hmm.
Am I going to get in trouble because I said lesbo?
Oh, I didn't hear lesbo. I heard lesbian.
That's better. You should have totally come out in the parade on your scooter con el kilt y tus
Your vitals? What are vitals?
I guess my privates.
Oh, your vitals. I was reading it in Spanish.
Can you imagine if I fall off the scooter and all my little kilt goes up? I might do that though. It just depends
No.
on the weather. No, but I mean I'll wear boxers underneath.
Oh, okay. For a
It's,
minute, I thought you were like, hmm.
well, it's kind of trippy because I have these long boxers that I use as shorts, and it was kind of funny because my dentist, I was in the, I wore him last time he came, and no, and he goes like, "What are you wearing?" I said like, "My long boxers, they're shorts." He goes, "Oh," he goes, "When we were in when we were in in Rome," he goes, "I thought you were just walking around in your boxers." I
Your
said,
underwear?
"Bro, we spent a week together, and you didn't realize that I had boxers under those long boxers? They're shorts. They got pockets." So I thought it was kind of funny. He goes, "Oh, that's what you were wearing up in Rome." I go, "You should have asked me then." He goes, "Nah, I thought like this guy's crazy, so he'd probably wear boxers." And that's
Yeah.
one of my nightmares was getting caught wearing underwear walking around the street. It was one of my nightmares. Now is like I love to throw out the trash at home in my boxers. It's like woohoo! It's true. You need donations for your Child Days thing? Yes,
Always. He always does, even though he's going to get reimbursed.
if I get reimbursed. But yeah, man, send donations. They're great. Or your kilt with Converse. No, my kilt with Doc Martens, the red
Oh,
ones.
yes. Kilt would go with Doc Martens.
Amazing. Carlos Cascos. Yeah. Good morning,
Hey,
Maggie.
Frankie.
Frankie. Good morning, whoever is on with Maggie. Well, I'd rather. It'd be
Don't
great.
just leave him alone. Just leave him alone. Let it go. Comment. He's a good guy.
He's not. Will you wear a charo outfit with a tippet? A toupee?
Tippet?
Tippet? What's a tippet?
I don't know. Let me
Now
look
I'm
it up.
interested.
Or maybe it's misspelled.
A woman's long
Oh,
hair scarf.
it's that long sash that it says a woman's long fur scarf or shawl worn around the neck or shoulders, or like what the priests wear. A long
Oh,
ceremonial scarf worn especially by the clergy. Yes.
oh
No,
yeah.
that's not what I got.
Yeah. I would wear that. Actually, I have that. You've seen my thing, right, Maggie?
No.
Hold on. Real quick.
I have not seen your thing. Now I'm wondering if Mateo was a Catholic. What do you
This
call
thing.
them? Altar server.
This.
Oh, where'd you get that?
I bought this in
Mexico.
San Cristobal de las Casas. Actually, look.
This is what I got.
Yeah, that's amazing. I can wear
Yeah,
this actually.
that's
I just
beautiful.
I just don't think that it'll match my
Kilt.
my kilt, but I don't think it would matter to me.
I like just the embroidery on that.
Maggie, it's amazing, Maggie, because this is actually hand embroidered,
Hand embroidered, yeah. That's
and you can
beautiful.
actually tell, and it's got the little fringes on there. So
Yeah.
if this is the thing that you're referring to, yeah, if it fits, and the back, look at the back, Maggie. Can you see the back?
The cross, that's pretty.
It is amazing.
Andale, are you almost done? Because I was starting to do breakfast. I had my coffee ready to sit and listen to it. That's all.
Yeah, I'm done. Let's finish. Let's finish the comments. Uh, all the fresas and fresa wannabes will be irritated because you will get more of the reaction than Mr. Amigo girl at the parade. Yes, and let me tell you, and I think this what frustrates a lot of local politicians because the mayor is like, okay, commissioners, Mr. Amigo, Erasmo Castro, and everyone goes crazy. Gray, gray pride, gray pride, baby. That should have side botas, not vitals.
Yeah.
Las botas picudas, not vitals. You bad, bad, bad redhead girl. And Osmo had fun last night. I had a blast last night. That is true. Any last words, Maggie?
None.
Guys,
I I want to go thrifting, but I'm being lazy.
I think I'm going to go to Harlingen to thrift.
That's the one I was thinking about going to. Is today 50% off? It's the first Saturday of the month.
Is it right?
I think so. Do they do it in Harlingen also?
In the Goodwill or the thrift store?
The Goodwill.
Maybe, probably. But I've noticed that the Goodwill in Harlingen isn't. Well, the only good one is on Ed Carey. The other one that they have over there
Yeah.
by the mall is not so great. I kind of like what I'm wearing right now. I might wear this today.
They're gonna be padre.
Have a great weekend, guys. Social distance, face covering, hand sanitizer. You still believe in all that crap, guys?
Yes, it's called science.
I'm done. Guys, have a great day. Great weekend. And be good to each other, man. And be good to me.
No need to be mean.
And continue to be good to me, guys. And again, just be yourself.
Preach.
And you're gonna be okay. God bless.